We got some Theme Diamond duds, some Team of the Week studs, and a few more mistakes from EA. Let's get into it. What's good, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Rob, aka Roboto. I know I had to take last week off. I wasn't around. I understand. I'm sorry. I apologize for it. I was on vacation. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I had a nice little vacation. Went away for the weekend. It was beautiful. Happy to be back though. Streamed yesterday over the weekend with the fellas there on Twitch. Let me know also in the comment section. We want to try a YouTube stream. Let me know if you guys are if you want to see me here on the tubes going live. But before we get into all of the happenings from EA from the last week or week and a half or so, do want to let you guys know, if you'd be so kind, to hit the subscribe button down below, notification bell right next to it. You're notified anytime I'm live with brand new content, which is about once a week right now on this channel. So I think it's a nice little notification that goes out so you guys can get the nice little recap from the things that happened in the last week in MUT 22. And in the comment section down below, let me know which one of these team diamonds are on your team by now, or are you looking to add to your squad? Not many for me, but we'll dive into that in a moment. Let's first check out the squad. All right, so we're here in the game. I know the peasantry behooves me there with under 100,000 coins. I know I'm the worst, but you know, I went ahead and I made some little upgrades on the squad, as you might be able to see here. So we're at 88 overall. My big head's blocking some stuff here, but right here, wide receiver 1 and 3, Brandon Marshall, Devin Hester. 4 down there is Tyreek Hill. Wide receiver 2 and 5, we got Jerry Rice, Galladay there. Gerald Everett, I know he's not the fastest one out of anybody there, but Gerald Everett, really like this guy a lot. So Gerald Everett, solid tight end there. We're still with Pitts. The line upgrades a little bit here with Conklin there. We added Lomas Brown. He's one of the team diamonds. I added him because he has Giants chem, so you know, obvious there. Added Phil Simms. In my opinion, I played about 4 or 5 games with him. He's probably the worst quarterback I've ever used in Madden Ultimate Team, and I've been playing pretty consistently for the last 4 months. He's horrible. His windup is atrocious. He brings the ball all the way down to his hip when he's throwing a deep pass, even with like set feet lead and stuff, inside dead eye. Like, I put abilities on him. He's just horrible. It's not great. He's a little bit slower than Daniel Jones. So if you're a Giants fan, if you're a Giants team, I'd definitely go Danny Dimes here. Added Giovanni Bernard as a backup. Defensively here, we went ahead and we added Roquan Smith from the team of the year. So he was a reward you got there out of doing the I forget what it was, the solos, I guess. So we got Roquan Smith there. Jack Youngblood, I think I actually have to upgrade him here. I think I have his post 1, or yeah, I actually upgraded him already. So he's a 90 overall here. He's out of position for me, but that's another thing that just happened recently. We got the team captain exchange added, but it's limited. It's really weird. Added Revis because he was pretty cheap on the Legends Saturday there. And the defense is pretty much the same. Now, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and touch on here. Okay, now right here, as you see right here, this previously was a slot that we could put these ultimate kickoff, what are these things called here? These strategy cards, strategy cards. I had a brain fart. This is a slot we can put the UK strategy cards in. Now, if you go to put in a UK strategy card, in particular defense, right, for me, strategy slot is not currently active. Why? Does anybody know why? Has anybody been communicated about like why this was even added? Why it's inactive? Does anybody know why? Because I know for me and a lot of people, we went ahead and we kind of reconstructed our defenses. Well, I unconstructed it now, but you know, I had a couple guys on here that were there because of that strategy card, right? I had some outside, I love some linebackers there. I had a couple guys there on the line that I wanted to upgrade, and now they were just kind of backups for me, and I kind of just got rid of them. So, you know, EA not communicating again with us on this is really, really annoying. And then, you know, when I go to ask about it, it doesn't get answered. It's kind of annoying there. And it's also very annoying too when I go and ask about like traits, for example, as we see on MUT.gg all the time, traits of cards and players, which we'll check out in a little bit. I'm asking to figure those out and I'm not getting any responses on that. So it's just tough. And then like you go here and like look at the store, it says missing text part 1. Like, they're not going to do anything to fix that today. I already know that. I've already been confirmed that, you know, when it comes to weekend issues, you're probably going to be hard pressed to get EA to help you with anything. So another disappointing layer here to the EA cake that is Madden 22 this year. I'm just very disappointed. Now let's switch over to into the Ultimate Team newsletter. Now, this is the latest one that came out. We went over the one previous, I think a week and a half ago, about that one previous. So this is going to be the last week or so. This is what I'm going to cover. If we talk about stuff from a week or two in the past, then we'll cover it. If not, we're just going to kind of go off this here. So let me check my notes here real quick. Yeah, newsletter. There was an issue, by the way, with Weekend League rewards being released. Weekend League rewards were delayed again last week, I believe. Halftime adjustments are still off, by the way. They've been off for about like 2 weeks now. Team of the week was the same setup as last year, pretty much. NCAT team of the week every week is a joke. Team of the week sets are bad. So yeah, let's go over this because my team here, when we go into the sets here and we go talk about team of the week, it's just really kind of confusing to me as we go through and we check out some of the stuff for like week 1, and you look and it's a 12-piece set, and you look to week 2 and it's also a 12-piece set, and it's, you know, got to put randoms here for the team player of the week master, but you know, we're not even getting one piece of that set, right? And the actual exchange sets for the 80 to 87 are bad because of the amount of cards it requires for potentially getting an 80. Right? Like, this is not a good set. You're putting in all these golds, and I understand, like, you know, it's golds, right? And in a couple months, it won't be a big deal here to just throw some golds in there, but the set still isn't good. You're probably never going to get value on this, just based on, like, even if you sell each gold for, like, 1,000 to 2,000 coins, it's an 18-piece set. So unless you're getting a card that's equivalent to, you know, 15 to 18 to 20,000 coins, I don't see the value in that. I mean, even a 10,000... I don't know. I know some 80s right now are expensive, but there's some that aren't that expensive. So it's not a good set overall. The bigger sets are not good. And then you go into the rewards for the team of the week and it's not good, right? You're getting 87 or 88, whatever it is going to be. It's going to be at NCAT. First week, it was like 20 training. Now they bumped it up to 190 training. So we're getting a little bit something more, but it's still not enough. Like, I don't think anybody really understands, like, this isn't good, you know, that they're giving us free stuff, but they're restricting it, they're limiting it, they're telling us what we can and can't do with it. And like, that's really backwards, because if you compare, and I'm gonna always do this, but compare it to MLB The Show, MLB The Show does give you stuff that's like, you know, you can't do X, Y, and Z with it, but like they let you continue to collect cards and collect cards and collect cards, right? Where you can continue to do stuff like continue to collect the same veterans group of cards to put into a set to go towards this 99 overall Clayton Kershaw currently right now, right? So there's different stuff that you can continue to do throughout the year in MLB The Show, to where the cards that you get from playing solos way back in, you know, March or in April when the game first came out, or playing Battle Royale and you get those cards. I mean, there's still cards right now in MLB The Show that came out way early in the year that are worth 70, 80, 90,000 stubs because of how rare it was to get it and how people need it now to complete these collections and these sets. So I think EA is missing the boat here. I think what they're really trying to do is appease the common player, or appease the grander scheme of everybody by giving as much free content as they can to get everybody continuing to play, versus making the game and the experience of building your team on MUT viable. And currently, I don't think it's viable at all. And that leads me into the next point here, and something I always want to touch on, that I've been meaning to touch on, is the theme diamonds. I think this is a major, I think this promo overall is kind of a hard, a lowercase L, I will say. First, like, let's just start here. The sets for these things are stupid. They're huge. And the reward for doing a bunch of stuff in missions is just 284s, right? And the 284 is out of a 25-piece set, okay? EA once again with the rewards not coming through for us as a community, and I know people are gonna, you know, try to simp for it, or be aggressively on their side for it and say, hey, but this is free and X, Y, and Z. But that's not the point, dudes. You know, free stuff isn't, you know, if they're giving you $20 and taking $5 out your back pocket, who cares if it's free, right? Like, it doesn't matter. You're still being scummy with it. So the other thing that's like annoying here is that this goal will no longer be available 11/4. That's November 4th, and you're telling me I have until November 4th to get 284s? If I have 284s as my, like, big gets out of this in November, that's pathetic. That's just pathetic. Oh, you can put them on your team. No, that's pathetic. Nobody's gonna be doing that by November. So it's just a poor excuse to give people free content, honestly. That's all it is. And then when you go into the actual team diamonds themselves, I mean, some of the names are really nice, right? I'll give you guys a quick look through here and kind of zoom through some of these. Some of these dudes are really nice. Let me find it. I'm kind of slow, but team diamonds here. Marino, I think very overrated. Hot Rod Master, I think his ability is very overrated as well. And the Marino card's okay, he's just super mid, so whatever. Tommy Harris, good DT. Hushmanzada's okay. Thurman's solid. Gary Zimmerman's lineman, go ahead. Cribbs has great route running, even though he never had great route running, which is weird. And EA, once again, statting a card like opposite of what he was in the NFL. Aqib Talib, probably one of the better corners, if not the best corner. Larry Wilson, no way, he's too light, he can't do anything out there. Charlie Joyner's all right, I just don't like his archetype. Derek Johnson, solid as a down lineman. If I had to pick Derek Johnson, I'd put him as a down lineman. Gary Brackett, I'd avoid. Billy Joe Dupree, I'd avoid as well. Ricky Williams, I really like what Ricky Williams, how he played last year. I haven't got my hands on him this year. Maybe I will. But last year, I really liked Ricky Williams. He was probably my favorite running back. Overall last year, I'd have to say it's probably Ricky Williams. Him or Saquon last year were really fun. Deuce, probably the best overall out of all of these. He's really good. Ryzen also has a good case as one of the best overall. Haley also has a good case as one of the best overall on this. These guys are really good statistically. I'd say these four are probably your hot spot here. Phil Simms, trash. Tony Brackens, no thank you. Aaron Glenn, too short for me. Lomas Brown, lineman, okay. Amon Green, not needed, especially when the Packers just got Aaron Jones not too long ago. I get it, one's an LTD, one's not, but still not really needed there. Mike Rucker, no thank you. Kevin Falk, he's okay. I'd rather the other running backs. Jack Tatum is solid. He can position switch to free safety too, so you know, Raiders theme team's probably liking him a lot. Chris Long's a little bit too light for me on the outside, but interior, you know, maybe he's a nice little dude you can drop in a spy as an interior defensive lineman, but he's just a little bit too slow, and he's also a little bit too light to play the outside or make any major pressure inside. So he's in a weird middle zone here. So whatever. Haloti Nada, though, speaking of light, well, opposite of light is him. Thick Haloti Nada. Plug him up in the middle. He's probably the best defensive lineman out of the whole bunch here. Marcus Colston, no thank you, overrated. Brian Bosworth, similar to Derek Johnson, put him on the D-line as a down lineman. He's probably gonna get some nice pressure for you. Alan Faneca on the lineman. Pollard is probably a little underrated. I think a lot of people underrate Pollard's hit power there. I think he's a little short though, but I could be wrong about that. Frank Wycheck, really good offensive lineman. I know he's a tight end, but he's a really good offensive lineman. Ahmad Rashad, great name. Not really sold on him on the field yet. I've seen him only a couple times. I'm not that sold, but he's a great name nonetheless. And Brian Arakpo, another solid pass rusher here. Overall, they're fine. It's just, you know, they're a bunch of 90s and the sets are huge. The master isn't that sexy. And as far as I know, you don't need to collect this master for anything. Like, you just don't. So, like, I'm not going to go out of my way, break my neck, get 800 cards, you know, spend millions of coins. I saw Gut Fox the other day. Shouts to my guy Gut Fox. He spent 8 hours trying to get this Marino set, and he only played one game and got off. And Marino was off his team the next day. So, I don't know. I'm not sold on Marino at all. I don't like how the rewards are structured. I think everything out of this team builders for me is down to a 6 out of 10. I just don't like what they did here. I mean, I understand like what you're doing here, the team affinity and all these objectives, but like you're like collecting 84s by November is a joke, man. And like doing all this stuff, like I know most of it's done for me, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This shouldn't be the reward. You should have got at least 190 for free for all the time spent to doing all this stuff and for all the time that people spend on this game. I mean, like, you know, jipping us short of the main objective for a new program, 1 out of 30, like this is my thing, guys. There's 33 of these team diamonds. They couldn't give us 190 for free. Like, think about that. Just honestly, put that through your brain. So let's go through the newsletter here just to go over some news and notes. There was a patch, a title update patch. Stuff on cover 3 were addressed here, and shouts to MUT.gg here for kind of going over the cover 3 patch and all that good stuff. But the EA forum post, you can go ahead and check it out if you want through MUT.gg here. But basically, they addressed some cover 3 stuff. I don't know if it's perfect. I think it's a step in the right direction, and I think a couple people have also said this last week or so, and there's some things that I've seen, but like, it's not a perfect fix, and I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, but it's a step in the right direction, even if it's a little half-step baby leap, like a little, maybe a little, you know? So, it's okay. I think it can get better for sure, and we'll see what happens if they patch cover 3 and patch a bunch of different stuff. Right here it says we're targeting specific aspects of pass coverage like flats and curl flat zones in our next title update. So that's good to know. We'll see if it actually happens though, right? So that's there. The other thing on MUT.gg, by the way, while we're here, I do want to go over this. This was a conversation that happened over the weekend, and shouts to my guy Rockets, who was hanging out with us in a Popular Strangers chat on Saturday, Friday, one of the 2 days. He was talking about this, MUT.gg. And basically he was saying that if you log into MUT.gg, these prices, everything here updates every minute, and I tracked it. I logged in, and indeed it does update every minute, right? Like the good way to check it is like going off these dudes, but like MUT.gg is such a great resource. They have a lineup builder here that you can go ahead and check out. They have theme teams here. This isn't a hashtag ad, but this is a good spot for you guys to go check it out, especially now that we're kind of getting in the thick of MUT, right? Like, you know, we got golds and elites flying all over the place for these huge sets. We got team builders everywhere. We got LTDs. We got team of the week guys. So we're kind of in a motion here with content with EA. We got through the first couple weeks, and we're kind of steady on a grind. Most feared is around the corner. We're about to be in October, so it's a good resource to have for sure. So if you're not over here, go ahead and do that. They also have a playbook database. You can compare players. You can also upgrade players here. So like if I wanted to upgrade somebody, let's just say I wanted to get Patrick Mahomes. The cool thing here about MUT.gg is you put the power up in here and you go all the way through, and it tells you how many coins it costs to power him up all the way. So right here, 126,000 coins to power up Patrick Mahomes all the way to tier 6. So some stuff to keep in mind there. You know, it includes the cost of the card, the whole shebang there. So MUT.gg, a really great resource if you guys haven't checked that out already. It has some Madden 21 players as well. There's also the abilities, there's the programs, the whole deal, so you can figure out what everything does in Madden. So I couldn't not recommend this site enough, MUT.gg. So let's continue down here though in the newsletter. Superstar KO, they revealed the Kyler Murray. That's probably gone by now by the time you're watching this. I think Monday was the last day you can get it. 500 yards, you could have got it. There you go. LTDs this week. They went ahead and gave an LTD to Aaron Jones. We spoke about that earlier when we talked about the Amon Green. So Aaron Jones here, he's a problem. He ran over me a couple times. I faced him once or twice over the weekend between seasons and weekend league. He's a problem. He's a really good running back. I like him. I wonder if elusive backs the move. Ozzie Newsome, also a very good tight end. 76 run block, solid. 88 speed, solid. He's up there with Waller and Kittle as amongst the top best tight ends in the game. Medium route running at 91 naturally without powering him up is also above threshold, so that's awesome right there. So you can get him on some nice crisp routes. The only thing is he's a vertical threat tight end, not the best archetype for a tight end. Possession probably the best for now. While not a lot of no quarterbacks besides Marino have hot route masters, so you can get tight end apprentice for 1 AP. But Ozzie Newsome here is still good nonetheless. Yeah, I played him a couple times. He is the real deal. Joey Porter here as one of the throwback legend dudes coming off the edge. 86 speed is solid. 86 block shed is okay. You know, he's not the best, but he's a power rusher, so it would have been awesome if you could put him on the right end and then audible him into DT. That would have been fun, but that really wasn't Joey Porter's game interior wise, at least. He was very much off the edge. So not mad at this card at all. Finesse moves a little bit lower than you like, but you know, power rusher. So what do you expect, you know? And Mike Edwards was the player of the week here. 91 speed for him, 90 zone, 88 hit power. Not bad at all. As we progress on through the two guys you could get for free this week, one was Lamar, the other was Roquan Smith. These are the 87s that they got. I believe these both go into their power-ups. I think these are the highest cards they have right now, I believe for both of them. So I went with Roquan though. I just need to fill out the middle linebacker spot, but Lamar's still there, so you have a couple more days to get that done. If you haven't already, Cooper Kupp got a +1. He had a huge game today again on Sunday for week 3, so I doubt he gets another +1, but he had a huge game, so we got that. JC Jackson got a +1, so if you still have JC with the gridiron forwards, definitely upgrade him. Derrick Henry got a +1. He's a monster still forever, and Nick Bosa also got a +1, so that was team of the week there. Overall, I give this a solid 8 out of 10. You know, a nice little A-, B+, I'd say. Yeah, A-, I think. The Masters and everybody up top is good. It's just like these sets are just horrible. The packs are horrible odds, but these cards have been really good here so far. Wildcard Wednesday this week was flashbacks. So we had AJ Bouye here, 88 speed, 85 press, 90 zone is good, what you like there for a zone corner, but the 88 speed is a little bit slower than you like, but it's okay for this time of the year, so I'm not mad at it at all. Cam Newton here, I've seen him all over creation. He's just kind of like, to me, he's another version of this whole Justin Fields thing that people started early in the year. The kind of cheap players are really like to either go to Cam Newton or Vince Young for the most part and run PA boot over and like all this garbage with crossers and stuff. So if you see Cam Newton on the field for your opponent, just expect him to try to run out of the pocket the whole time, because he can't throw a lick, but he is fun to run around with. Ryan Tannehill, unneeded, you know, considering we got Cam, also considering we got Phil Simms later in the week, also considering we got Dan Marino. So Tannehill was not the move. They gave him less awareness than you needed for him to get Hot Route Master. Tannehill probably would have been a good problem if he got Hot Route Master here with 83 speed. Imagine that would have been fire. So Tannehill was one step away from greatness. CJ Mosley, no thanks. 83 speed, 87 block shed. Blocks is a little bit low, but that speed's not where you want it. And Micah Hyde here, 87 speed as well. No thank you. 74 hit power. No thank you. 91 zone's good, but you know, if he gets burned, that's it. We'll see you later. So overall, you know, 6 out of 10, I'd say. A couple of the guys are good. Like, nobody's really blowing me out the water here from this release. And I think the community felt the same outside of Cam. I know a lot of people added Cam, but no thanks. LTDs came out, and also very boring names. Lael Collins here, the suspended lineman for Dallas. Just a lineman, big beefy lineman there if you need a right tackle. And Harold Landry here, 88 speed on him, 87 block shed. So you know, he's kind of like Joey Porter, but in reverse, right? His finesse was really high, but his power was really low. So kind of up to preference there, what you like. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Landry just by a hair. But Joey Porter ain't no slouch either. That's the LTDs. And that kind of brings me to a thing here too of like, you know, something we saw, and we can go to the game real quick before we start to wrap some stuff up here. Some stuff we saw here in terms of the missions, ultimate seasons, they randomly dropped the second quarter on us. Didn't say anything, didn't tell anybody. But here's the second quarter, right? Like, there you go. So they dropped it on our head, and we can go ahead and achieve stuff for objectives, earn XP and coins. I don't know when the next season starts, right? Because these ultimate season rewards get you up to level 50. If this is the second quarter, then do we have to do all 4 quarters before we get a new ultimate season? Is this the only ultimate season we're getting? Are we getting 2 different games, so to speak, like 2 different 4 quarters, where it would be about 8 months or so? So I don't know how it's all going to break down, but for now, you know, that this is here ready for you. So it's the second quarter. All the objectives there. And some people I know yesterday were like, or over the weekend at least, were saying, you know, why would EA give us more objectives if we're already level 50? And it's like, dude, you know, majority of you probably watching this are probably like an EA or Madden Ultimate Team fiend, like the rest of us that watch this kind of content. So you got to remember, like, these ultimate seasons, these rewards aren't designed for us, right? Like, as far as level progression and all that stuff. So keep that all in mind there as well. The one thing I did want to point out though, was that we got new exchange sets here, and the one exchange set we got, it was kind of like a pseudo like you know, series change over the weekend on Friday at least. We got a new player exchange set here for your 87s, right? Yeah, 89 to 90. We also got a season 1 champion exchange set. So the fact that it's pointing out season 1 champion exchange set, if you can see right here behind my head, season 1 champion exchange set. Now, once you go into here, you can go ahead and exchange the season 1 champion for the other one if you have Hester get Seo and vice versa. I'm of the mind currently right now, I might switch out Hester and just put Seo in there. Just so I can have another beefy middle linebacker there just to kind of fill up the spot, increase the OVR, because Hester's close to being phased out. As far as like the receivers that are coming out, he keeps getting bumped and bumped and bumped. So just something to consider as you finish your squad. Here's the team captain exchange as well. It's 5 times repeatable. I was told these have limits on them, so you can at least play with 1 player each, or get a spin with these team captains and the ultimate season champions or whatever. Like, it makes sense. I understand. Just previous years they weren't capped, but now they are. It's kind of weird, but whatever. It is what it is. Now, Team Diamonds, we went over all of them. I went over all of them earlier, went over everything to do with them. So we're not going to dive too deep. You guys already know my thoughts. 6 out of 10. I'm not really excited about it. The legends that came out over the weekend on Saturday, John Mackey, Leroy Selman, not the sexiest names at all. Mackey, I don't know why you'd get Mackey over any of the other tight ends we've got recently, especially like Ozzy. So keep that in mind there. Even like Wycheck to an extent, like Wycheck's really good run block, and I don't know if Mackey's it. 87 speed, I'm not in it. And then here's his LTD there, which is, you know, basically powered up a little bit. Like, Ozzy's better than this, so I wouldn't get him over Ozzy. And Leroy Selman here. It's interesting they put Leroy as a DT. He played mostly as a D end, like even on Pro Football Focus or Pro Football Reference, he was a D end. So really kind of dumb that they put him at DT, but EA going EA. And they also made him really thin, and Deuce Staley. They made them really thin. So I think EA is kind of like hip to the weight thing we always talk about. So just something to keep in mind there as well. Nothing really of substance down here. Just some more, you know, news and notes there from EA there. But let me go through my last little notes here before we wrap things up. I think we covered up pretty much everything. House rules was lame when we did it. The house rules were super lame. The best reward out of that was an 88 for winning 25 games. It was tug of war. It was broken. Like, people could punt and you get the win. It was really stupid. Whatever. It's not a big deal, I guess. At the end of the day, you get your 25 wins, you get out of there. And that's pretty much it. The power-ups, oh, by the way, the power-ups, right? So power-ups here for these Team Diamonds, they were added to packs over the weekend on Saturday, to be specific. So if you guys are still in here paying an arm and a leg for these sets, please don't. They're not going to have value as much as they would previously to the power-up. Some of these cards might go up and down in value depending on like team needs or theme teams, things like that. Like for example, if you get more better players for the Cowboys theme team, I'm sure Billy Joe Dupree might go up in price either now or later on down the line. So because these aren't the easiest players to acquire, I understand that. So what I would suggest for you guys, and something I'm going to always do, and I have done both, or last 3 years I've done Team Diamonds, or last 2 years, every time I open packs, instead of like quick selling or selling the golds, I always check to see if they go into these sets first, and I throw them in there. And then once I'm over halfway done, then I'll go ahead and I'll finish the rest of the set, right? So just something to keep in mind there as you progress through and do Team Diamonds. So that's pretty much it on my end. I don't think I missed anything major. We talked about the deactivated strat cards. We talked about the lineup. We talked about Team Diamonds. We talked about Team of the Week. Some stuff to look forward to this week. I don't know what content's coming out Friday. I kind of feel a little MUT Superstars-y maybe possibly coming out. We'll see now that we're like about to be 4 weeks into the season. Maybe MUT Superstars comes out. You know, we could see that. I think we had it last year, I'm pretty sure, around this time. So that's something to look out forward to. The campaign is allegedly getting an upgrade soon. I'm not expecting anything more from Ultimate Kickoff. Team of the Week, you can expect it there on Tuesday. Obviously, Wednesday, I believe, is heavyweights, I think, this week. I don't remember which one it is, but make sure you finish these missions and get these flashback missions done. And more legends to come next week. And I don't think we have anything else. Wait, these are superstars here. So what was that? Oh, MUT Heroes. MUT Heroes. I misspoke. I said MUT Superstars. MUT Heroes could be what we get, not MUT Superstars. We already got it. So just some other stuff to look out for as we progress through the year and progress through the week, but it should be kind of formulaic for now. Monday, no content. Tuesday, Team of the Week. Wednesday's wild card. Thursday's LTD. Friday's either a new promo or part 2 of a promo. Saturday's legends, and don't expect content on Sunday or Monday. Pretty much kind of how EA's been operating for the last couple of years. So that's gonna be it for this video. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. If you be so kind, hit me in the comment section down below. Any comments, questions, all that good stuff. We'll check you guys next time. Peace out.